Hi, I'm Donna with Donna's Things. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for taking your time, tuning in, checking out what's going on this side of the camera. I do appreciate it. If you are returning, you know my heart. I do appreciate you and your time also. So, happy Tuesday. I am so glad to be here today to show you and talk about my end of spring, beginning of summer makes part 2. So last Tuesday, I showed you in the video a blue and white striped shirt, a blue and white polka dot short set, and a blue knit, like a crepe back scuba knit pant set. And I said that I had a few more pieces to go with it, and so I am here today to show you those pieces. And I am going to start with this set right here. This is Butterick 6901. Butterick 6901. Here are the line drawings. Now this is an older pattern, so you've probably seen several people make it before. I have used it before for the vest. This is my first time using the pants pattern, but I have used it before for the vest. And this is an ivory linen fabric. Now, when I started talking about this group, I showed you this ivory linen because my intent was to make a skirt, and then out of the batiste that's back here, the rayon batiste that's on the back of it, that was supposed to be my blouse, and it would have been a coordinating set with these pieces. But after I took a look at it, I decided I didn't want a skirt. I wanted a pair of shorts, and I went back and got another piece of fabric so I would have enough for the vest, because initially I just had 1 yard to make the skirt. I am so glad that I did that. This linen is boss. It is really soft, so you know, you see those wrinkles. I remember I didn't like that. Now I am loving it. But this is the vest. And of course, the vest is fully lined. I got some really, really cute, kind of like, you can't really see it, but flowery like buttons on here. But the vest, this is the front. It has welt pockets. I didn't do the pockets, but I did put the welt on there, of course, on both sides. I didn't have anything, but I wanted to give it some style. Here's the back. Instead of putting the linen in the back, I decided to use the fabric itself. In the back, you see it has the little tie back there, and the inside, of course, is fully lined with the rayon batiste. Really, really, really cute, and just the way I like it, nice and classic. It wasn't anything hard about it. It was sewn up just like a regular vest would be. You have darts in the front, you have the darts in the back. I could have put the linen in the back, you know, as the back, but I don't know, I just decided to do it a little bit different, and it actually looks really, really, really cute on. The shorts are just a plain pair of shorts. Now this, I think the zipper was in the back on the pattern, but I'm getting so now I don't really want to reach back there anymore to be zipping up my clothes. Not all the time. A side zipper is good, front zipper is good. But here's the shorts. Now the pants do have a pleat in the front. This is a really small pleat because I needed to take the waist in a little bit. I took it in a little bit too much, and so what I did was just size the pleat down because I didn't really, you know, with this linen, when it's thin, you can see it's see-through. When it's thin like this, if you keep unpicking, you're going to tear it. So rather than do that, I just made the pleat smaller. But it does have the darts in the back. And there's no waistband. It just has the facing for the waistband. Really, 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 really cute. They don't flare out, but they're not just straight. You can see I put the lap zipper here in the front. No pockets or anything like that. Now, I could have lined these, probably should have lined these, but I have a pair, several petticoats. So, you know, they're slips, but they're the pants. And when I tried on one with the shorts, you don't see through it. You'll see in the pictures, they look really, really nice. So it's just a plain pair of shorts. It's very, very, very soft linen. Irons up really nice. You know, always did the little serging on the inside. I intended to do French seams. I started off the back with a French seam, but I mean the sides with the French seams, but then I had a little more control by just doing what I do, double seaming it, then serging it so that it would help if there was any raveling. But it came out really, really nice. In my pictures, you will see that I paired it with, I tried to find the colors that I was working with, and I just wanted a t-shirt. You know, I can always put on like a short sleeve pussy bow blouse to dress it up and make it really cute. But it has like a berry and a blue and a black in there. So I went out looking for a t-shirt. I had to go with this baby blue. It's just a regular store-bought t-shirt, but it does look nice. You'll see in the pictures it looks really nice with this short set. Now, so that's one. The second item I had on the list was what I'm wearing now. I showed you the shorts in the previous video because this was a last minute add-on. So I showed you the shorts in the previous video. I didn't have them on when I showed them to you. I'll show you the pattern. Here's the shorts. Here's the pleats. It has the fly front. You know, they are a little, let me see. They are a little on the flare side. You'll see them really good in the pictures. They look nice. So the blue that's in here goes with the blue that I showed in the other garment. So I had a piece of fabric left, wasn't really sure what to do with it. And in the comments, somebody suggested making a vest. So I took that same vest pattern, Butterick 6901, and made a vest. The only thing is I did put the tie in the back. I did not put that V point that was there. I didn't point that out in the back of here. You know how these have that cut out like that, and the V, the point in the vest. I'm sorry, I didn't point that out. But this one I cut straight across. I did put the bell in the back, and on the inside I just made facings. Now what I did notice when I tried on the cream color one, the ivory one, it was just a tad bit snug here. So what I did on this one, I cut it a little bit bigger, but I added a placket so that it would close nicely, and the buttons are, because it would be like this, the buttons are on the placket, and it gave me that little bit of ease that I needed. So this is another outfit, and of course I have the burgundy on with it today, but it does have the blue. Yeah, it does have the blue. So, of course, I could put on my blues t-shirt with this also. Now, when I started looking at my shoes and stuff, I was like, oh my goodness, this is like gonna be really, really cute. So I got ready to do this outfit and I thought about shoes, and you're gonna see, these are my Mary Janes. And they look so cute with this, and they look cute with the pant set that's here. Now, let's talk about this pant set, and I do need to grab a shirt out of my closet. Now, before we go further, this, I forget what it was. The pants are made from this Know Me pattern. I mean, these shorts I have on are made from this Know Me pattern right here. And of course, I talked about that, as I said in the previous video. Now, I watched a live with Rochelle Handmade Design. And in her live, she was doing the pants Simplicity 9892. You can see the design on them. I didn't do the color block, and she didn't either, but you can see the design. And this is the back. And so I'm watching the live, and I am loving the pants. So I decide to take my, this is like a rayon something. It has a teeny bit of stretch in it. But I decided to take my khaki color pants. They came out kind of dressy, but that's the kind of fabric I buy. And I made the pants. They have this, you know, I don't know how well you can see it, but you see the top stitching in the curve. That's there. It's also in the back. You see it there. See that top stitching there. You have the yoke back. That's top stitched. I don't normally do back pockets. This pattern has back pockets on each side. But I'm going to tell you, these pants were calling for this little pocket. This little pocket is the cutest thing ever. It was necessary to put the pocket in. They're low-waisted, so you have the yoke style waistband, not yoke. You have this, I don't even know what they call it, but this is the waistband for the front, and of course the waistband in the back is the same. You have pockets, so you have that side piece on the pockets. Really cute. Then your yoke front is top stitched. Here that is right here. Is top stitched. You again have the fly front. I put one hook and bar. Here's the fly front. That's there. And of course the other side is the same with your pockets. There is so much detail to these pants. I absolutely love them. And when I was taking pictures, I was like, oh yes, I'm definitely making another pair. They feel so good on when the front and back meet together. You know, the front and back meets together. And you've got your pocket top stitched, and then this piece that goes out is top stitched. This piece is top stitched. Look at that side. I don't even know if you can see it that well. The side of those pants, it's gorgeous. The leg is a little bit wider than it looks like on the pattern, but it doesn't matter. Super, super, super cute. Now, this, of course, I could wear this burgundy t-shirt. I could wear the blue t-shirt, but when you see the pictures, you will see this is a vintage shirt. You can see the fabric. It has that Peter Pan collar and the tulip sleeve. Ooh. Look at that sleeve. Gorgeous. It buttons down the back. And I even went and put the little lace trim around this front yoke. Now, so you have a yoke in the front, yoke in the back, Peter Pan collar, tulip sleeves, button down the back, darts, not even darts, they're tucks in the back, and this gorgeous vintage fabric. And this shirt is what made me choose my Mary Jane shoes to wear with my outfit. Now, I made this shirt a year ago, and I do have a video. I'll put the link. I'll put the link in here for you to be able to see. I do have a video where I did all vintage patterns. I think it's 4 or 5 pieces, and that was my vintage collection. But that shirt has just been sitting in my closet, and now look. Absolutely beautiful. To finish off this outfit, I made a jacket. Now, I wouldn't wear the vintage shirt with the jacket because of the puffiness of that tulip sleeve. So definitely a t-shirt. But this is Simplicity 9826. I made the cardigan. Now, I got to tell you, I don't always follow the rules on these patterns. You know the cardigan call for stretch knits. The little bit of stretch that's in here does not qualify in any way as a stretch fabric. But this is the one that I wanted to do. So I decided I would cut it out and make it and kind of adjust it to fit as I go along. And I had to do just that, adjust it to fit. And that's because the sleeve drops, it's a drop shoulder, and so the sleeve wanted to drop down to here. This fabric doesn't have the stretch. It's, you know, flowy, but it doesn't have the stretch. So I ended up having to pull in 1.5 inches, maybe a little bit more. I had to sew and take out of that sleeve and shoulder area so that I could get the jacket sitting up right on me. When I did that, it shortened my sleeves a little bit, but let me show you. Here's the jacket. So you have the facing that goes all around. Here it is. You see the facing that goes around. You got your jacket sleeve, and what I did was I didn't consider that it was going to make my sleeve shorter, so I did end up putting some seam binding. You guys remember that lace seam binding around the sleeve so that my hem would only have to go up about 1/4 inch and it still would look nice. All handwork. I hemmed the sleeve by hand. I sewed the facing on by hand. All done. The only thing I realized I didn't do, and somebody tell me if they know, I usually take a large needle and tuck in my thread tails, my serger thread tails. But somebody let me know if there's a better way, or what I'm really wondering is if the air threader, because my serger's not an air threader, if the air threader cuts the thread better than the regular serger. But anyway, I forgot to do that. So it's just a plain back that was cut on the fold, and it does have 3 buttons. Let me show you. It does have 3 buttons down the front. Looks very, very nice with my pants. So it ends up being a really nice set. Now, I do take chances. Like I said, this is not a stretch fabric, and I used it anyway, but while the outfit is gorgeous, I won't do that again. The work that it took for me to keep making the proper adjustments, because when that sleeve dropped down here, because it wasn't a knit, it looked like the sleeve was out of place. I've made this cardigan before, and the sleeve drops and it's gorgeous, but because that being a woven and not a knit, it really looked like I put the sleeves in wrong. It was just real wonky, but I ended up fixing it. You will see it in the pictures. It came out absolutely gorgeous. That is it for today's video. Thank you so very much for watching. I do, again, appreciate it. Hit that like button, share my channel, subscribe if you will, but you know, if you just want to scroll through what's Donna's Things doing, I appreciate that too. But ring that bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. Thank you again. Bye.